Hi, how are you doing? It's me, Russ Palmer, and I have with me Brian Boyd from the Rotary Club of Furness. Suitably dressed, even though it's November, mate. How are you doing?
I'm okay, Russell. Thanks very much for inviting me on again. It's hardly ho ho ho, and I'm struggling to speak, but we're here anyway.
Yeah, for the listeners, of course, the viewers will be able to see on YouTube and Facebook. But just for the listeners, Brian is suitably dressed as Santa because you're here to talk about the Santa Dash, which you were in the studio not so long ago talking about. But for those who didn't catch that interview, would you just like to remind the listeners what the Santa Dash is all about?
Yes, thanks very much. It's hosted and managed by the club that I represent, the Rotary Club of Furness, and basically it's a charitable event. It's a Santa Dash, which we inaugurated last year for the benefit of the St Mary's Hospice up there in Ulverston. If anybody was around last year, they would have seen people running a 4-kilometre lap around Barrow. We had about 100 people doing it. But this year, for obvious reasons, we've had to put this in as a virtual event. The principle's still the same. You can enter it, you can register, you can raise money for the hospice. But really, the advantage this year is that you can do it whenever you want between the 5th and the 19th of December. You can walk it in your own front room. You could do a lap of your back garden. You can jog it. You can do in whatever way you want to do it, as long as you get registered for the Santa Dash. You can get a Santa suit or not, and it's principally about raising money for charity. So sorry, can you just remind me where you register and how you get hold of your Santa suit? Right, well, there is you'll notice that there is the hospice artwork. Yes. And I've got one here which shows you the actual website that you should be addressing.
Yes, could you read it out for our radio listeners, please?
All right, all the details are on it. It's www.rotarysite.org, Barrow Santa Dash. But if you just put Barrow Santa Dash 2020 into your search engine, it'll take you straight to the Rotary website.
Absolutely brilliant. Of course, you're raising much needed funds for the wonderful St Mary's Hospice.
Yeah, we are. And I've said it before, Russ, through your own Can Do FM platform, the hospice, indeed everybody's been struggling this year. Yeah. And they need as much funding as they can get from events like this. And we are giving people or offering people the opportunity to be able to raise some money at a difficult time for everybody. That's the hospice and the Santa Dash participants. But, we would like to see as many people as possible get involved because everybody's struggling and every penny counts. And if Captain Sir Tom can raise 34 or 38 million pounds, I'd like to have been a shilling behind that.
Most definitely. We've got somebody else joining us in a minute. If you would just like to wait, we've got Martin McLeavy. Also, I feel so underdressed now. Martin, how are you doing?
Good afternoon. Are you all right? Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Oh, you're all right, mate. We're just talking to Brian about the wonderful work that you do in the Santa Dash.
Yes, and while I've got all this beard and hat on, my glasses are steaming up, so I'm going to have to take them off.
Oh, I have exactly the same problem with the masks. You know the masks when you go into the shops? The minute I go in, my glasses steam up. So you've got my sympathy, Martin. Got my sympathy, mate.
Oh, they're not good. They're not good.
So back to the Santa Dash. Are you both going to take part? Are you both down to run it?
I'd hope not to be fair. But now that I know I can walk it, I might walk around my front living room about 200 times.
Yeah.
Yes, I will definitely be doing it. I've yet to register, but it would not be right for the president not to do it, so I will be doing it, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it wouldn't be right for the chair of the committee not to do it either. So
absolutely.
Do it too.
Exactly. But of course, going into December, hopefully 1 or 2 restrictions will be lifted. But it's also a good excuse to get out there and exercise because you're still allowed to do your walk regardless of the lockdown measures, aren't you? You're still allowed to get out there and exercise. And it's
it does a lot of things for people. Yeah, and people can go out and do it. And of course, if you get your Santa suit and walk up and down your front street, it'll generate some interest and a little bit of fun. And people looking through the window might ask the question, "What are you doing?" And we might generate some further income from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will be out and about. And if you work it out, it's over 2 weeks. So if you do, I don't know, 400 yards a day.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, that should cover about 4 kilometres, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Right. So, Martin, been a strange year for you as president, 2020. It can't get any odder, can it, mate?
It can't get any odder, you know. I always said that I would not take on the presidency until I'd retired from work.
Right.
And I retired 2 years ago, and I did not expect this at all. But we can only make the best of it of what we've got.
Yes.
We're having some good meetings. We did have one face-to-face meeting when restrictions were lifted. I think it was back in maybe August, something like that. Yeah. And everybody was so pleased to see each other. And it was so short-lived. You know, disappointing, but we're still here.
Yep.
We still hope we're going to do the best we can. If anybody needs any volunteers or anything like that, we are here. As long as we stick to the COVID guidelines and do what we're asked to do, we're here. Yeah. Please call on us.
Here.
Well, for the amount of time we've been interviewing Brian on Can Do, we know what wonderful work the Rotary Club of Furness actually does. And congratulations to the pair of you. And I wish you all the success. But Martin or Brian, whichever one wants to, can you just remind the listeners one last time how they can register and where they can pick up the Santa suits?
Right. Well,
Brian.
I've just done it and it works. If you type into your search engine, Barrow Santa Dash 2020, it will take you straight to the Rotary registration site, and all the details are on there. And so that you know that I'm telling you the absolute truth, it's all there.
Right.
It takes you straight to the registration. You may or may not wish to have a Santa suit. It can be collected from Michelson House, COVID-free, of course, and socially distanced. It will be left at the back door. If you want it to be delivered, we are capable of delivering it to a number of postcodes in the area, and we're more than happy to do that for anybody that wishes to take part that way. It's 4 kilometres, the 2 weeks between the 5th and the 19th of December. It's going to be great if we can get as many people involved as we can. It's not strenuous, it's good fun, and it raises money for charity. That's the objective, is to get money, raise charitable funds for the hospice, and that's the key objective. And I'm sweating.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you both for coming on. And a bit of a ho 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 there, Brian.
That's just me laughing. Ho ho ho.
But thank you so much, and no doubt, Brian, you're always great value on Can Do FM. And thank you, Martin. Is this your first time on Can Do, or first time I've interviewed you? But
it's the first time on Can Do, but we did come down before lockdown, putting your acoustic, looking at your acoustic panels, which we hope to get done at some time.
Thank you so much. You really all, both and the Rotary Club of Furness, do absolutely wonderful work. And I wish you all the very best. And no doubt we'll be chatting again next year, because the Tour de Furness will be on, will it? And everything like that again.
Oh, it better be.
So.
Yeah. It better be.
Yeah.
Better be.
Anyway, okay. I'll let you get out of them warm beards and suits now. And thank you so much for joining me. And I wish you all the very best. Please support the Rotary Club of Furness and their Santa Dash.
Been great. Thank you.
Thank you.